Students, today our topic is Le principle. That's so plus one standard, but is still applicable to a number of fractions that we study in plus two class. You should know Le principle. At first, it is applicable to a system in equilibrium state. Applicable to a system in equilibrium state. What is equilibrium state? State of a reversible reaction when rate of forward reaction becomes equal to that of backward reaction. It is called equilibrium state. And you know, at equilibrium state, the measurable properties, that is temperature, pressure, concentration, etc., they becomes constant and remain unchanged thereafter. Now, what's Le Chatelier's principle? When a system in equilibrium state is subjected to a change in temperature, pressure, concentration, etc., equilibrium will shift in such a direction so as to cancel, that is, to undo the effect of change. To undo the effect of change, it is Le Chatelier's principle. And remember, applicable to a system in reversible reaction at equilibrium state. Because at equilibrium state, the measurable properties temperature, pressure, concentration becomes constant. When we increase or decrease temperature, when we increase or decrease pressure, increase or decrease concentration, equilibrium will shift to cancel the effect of this change. Applications of Le Chatelier's principle. At first, effect of change in temperature. Students, when we study the effect of temperature, at first we know two types of chemical reactions, that is exothermic and endothermic. Exo means to exit, thermo means heat. Chemical reactions taking place with the release of heat energy, they are exothermic. For such reactions, delta H is negative. Second, endothermic. Endo means inside, thermo means again heat. Reactions taking place with the absorption of heat energy, and for such reactions delta H is positive. Delta H positive means endothermic and delta H negative means exothermic. Effect of temperature, students. We focus on the nature of reaction, that is, it is either exothermic or endothermic. Now, increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium in the direction in which added heat is absorbed, that is, will favor endothermic reaction. So I write, increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium towards endothermic reaction, and vice versa, decrease in temperature shifts the equilibrium towards exothermic reaction. Students, that's the equilibrium reaction. The reaction of carbon with molecular oxygen to give CO2, that's the symbol of equilibrium state. It's clear in the part of the question, delta H negative, it means exothermic reaction. Now, what is the demand of the question? What will happen to the system when temperature increase? What will happen to the system if we increase the temperature? Students, we know increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium towards endothermic reaction. That's the given reaction, delta H negative. It means the given reaction is exothermic. The forward reaction is exothermic, vice versa, backward will be endothermic. Now we apply the statement, increase in temperature towards endothermic reaction. Backward reaction is endothermic, so we write towards right hand side or towards left. Increase in temperature shifts the equilibrium toward endothermic reaction. Students, the backward reaction is endothermic. We may write towards backward direction. We may write towards right hand side or towards left. Decrease in temperature. Decrease in temperature exothermic. It is clear forward reaction is exothermic. So we will write towards product side. That's the effect of temperature. Ice, that is a solid state of water. It melts to give water liquid. It is equilibrium mixture. Delta H positive. We know melting of ice takes place with the absorption of energy. It is endothermic. Now what will happen on increase in temperature? Endothermic, that is towards product side. Decrease in temperature, exothermic, that is towards reactant side. Delta H positive means forward is endothermic. Forward reaction is endothermic, 100%, backward is exothermic. That's the first application and that's the key point. Increase in temperature towards endothermic, decrease in temperature towards exothermic. But what you write? You have to write reactant side or product side, right side or left side. Depends upon the nature of reaction. If it is exothermic, decrease in temperature exothermic, so we write product side. Increase in temperature endothermic, so we write reactant side. Because delta H negative, forward exothermic, so backward is endothermic. Second, effect of change in pressure. Students, the key point at first you should know there is no effect of change in pressure if system does not involve gas components. That's the given system A plus B AB. In case of temperature, we focus on the nature of reaction, but in case of pressure, we focus on the physical state of the components. No component on the reactant or product side is in gas state. So our answer is no effect. And second condition, number of moles of gas components on left hand side, that is reactant side, are equal to that on right hand side, that is product side. Please come to this reaction. What will happen when we increase pressure? Number of moles of gas component on left side, 1 plus 1, 2. That on right side, product side again 2. When number of moles of gas components are equal, again what our answer? No effect. Just the same, I have given you in the assignment, what will happen on increasing pressure. Students, in case of pressure, we focus on the physical state. The number of moles of components on the reactant side are 2. One is in solid state and second is in gaseous state. In pressure, we focus only on the component present in gaseous state. How many components are in gas phase? 1. On the reactant side, again they are 1. 1 equal to 1. Number of moles of gas components, they are same. It means what we write? No effect. It's clear, I hope. If equilibrium system does not involve gas component and gas components are equal, then effect of change in pressure, we answer no effect. After this, if components are not equal, then that's the key point. Increase in pressure shifts the equilibrium toward less number of moles of gas component. Decrease in pressure shifts the equilibrium towards more number of moles of gas component. Increase in pressure towards less number of moles of gas component. That's the equilibrium system containing unequal number of gas component. When we increase pressure, students, what will happen? We have studied Boyle's law, PV equal to constant. Pressure is reciprocal to volume. On increasing pressure, volume occupied by the system decrease. As a result, there will be a large number of moles of gas components per unit volume. So increase in pressure shift towards less number of mole to neutralize the effect, and vice versa, decrease in pressure towards more number of moles of gas component. For the reaction, N2 gas plus H2 gas to give ammonia gas. What will happen on increase in pressure? Towards less number of moles. On reactant side, the number of moles are 4. 3 of molecular hydrogen and 1 of molecular nitrogen. On reactant side, they are 2. Less number of moles. It means our answer is product side. Decrease in pressure towards, we know more number of moles, so we write on reactant side. But if number of moles are equal, no effect. Next, addition of inert gas. Students, when we add inert gas, it depends upon the condition. That is either constant temperature or constant volume or constant pressure. Inert gas, that is group 18 elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, noble gases. When we add these gases at constant volume, what will happen? No effect. At constant volume, because when we add inert gas to the system at constant volume, the total pressure will increase, but the concentration of reactant and product will not change. So we write no effect. And when we add inert gas at constant pressure, To the given system, we add neon at constant pressure. Then the volume will increase because pressure will be created by the gas particles. As a result, number of moles of reactant or product per unit volume decrease. It means the effect is opposite to that of pressure. When we add inert gas at constant pressure, equilibrium will shift in the direction in which there is more number of moles of gas component. Addition of inert gas at constant pressure will shift the equilibrium towards more number of moles of gas component, because when at constant pressure inert gas is added, the volume occupied by the system will increase, number of moles of various reactant and products per unit volume decrease. So the equilibrium will shift towards more number of moles of gas components. But when we add inert gas at constant volume, your answer is no effect. After this, next is addition of catalyst. Addition of catalyst. What is catalyst? Chemical substance that speed up the chemical reaction. But we are adding to the system in equilibrium state. Now when we add catalyst to a system in equilibrium state, it accelerates forward as well as backward reaction with equal speed. So the overall effect is no change. We write no effect. Students, catalyst help to attain the equilibrium in short time. But once the equilibrium is attained, catalyst has no effect. The last is change in concentration. First application we study temperature. Increase in temperature endo, decrease in exo. Then check the nature of reaction and give answer product side or reactant side. We study pressure. No effect. Equilibrium does not involve gas component. Number of moles of gas component are equal. Then increase in pressure towards less number of moles and decrease in pressure towards more number of moles. Then we study addition of inert gas. When we add inert gas at constant volume, no effect. At constant pressure, shift the equilibrium toward more number of moles of gas components. Last topic, change in concentration.